guys, for real, yeah. Listen, I don't know what this season would have been without Kola. I kid you not. Kola, see, yeah. Okay, you know what? I must give it to Kola. Kola knows how to spark conversations. Kola knows how to make everything about himself. Kola knows how to create content, not just as an influencer now on the outside world, but also as someone that kind of understands how to get people's attention, not just people now, but viewers' attention. I must give it to Kola because last night, Kola was giving me so much joy. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, you see that whole shenanigan that happened during the Aquafina task? Oh my goodness. See, just as I expected, I knew that Kola would give us a media round last night. And Kola did not fail. I knew that Kola was going to be gaslighting not just Dede, but everybody else about his role in that tit for tat that they both played in the arena. I knew it. And Kola did not disappoint because that was exactly what he did. Ladies and gentlemen, immediately after the task, of course, Kola was really upset that I owe him. They did not mention his name. Guess what? Just as I thought. When they went back into the house, Kola and Zita were in the head of house lounge, and Kola did not waste time in telling Zita that he wrote Dede's name, he even wrote a speech for her, but because she did not mention his name, immediately he has struck out her name from his list, aura for aura. That was what he called it. I said, hey, now we are talking. Now we are talking. But then again, yeah, Zita did something that I really liked. You see that girl? She's very smart. You cannot use her brain. She's too smart, really smart. Because she was now kind of drilling Kola about Kola's speech to Imisi. And once again, Kola was trying so hard to defend it. And Zita was asking very specific questions. Like, when exactly did this bond begin? You know, I mean, you said, was it at the point of people singing, or was that she singing that gospel song, or when people had a conversation and Kola was trying so hard to defend. At some point, he realized that, this girl is clocking him more. He was now bringing the emotional side to it. I said, this guy, don't worry. We know, don't worry. Anyways, they went back into the house. And before we knew it, Kola had gone to change and had gone to Dede for a conversation. Hands behind his back, Kola was stating his case. Dede, you're so mean. You're so mean. I actually wrote your name, but then I cancelled it because you didn't mention my name. He was reporting himself, but at the same time, it was castigating Dede for not mentioning his name. And Dede was like, oh, you wrote my name and you cancelled it. Well, that's fine. And you see, Kola always wants a reaction from Dede. So whenever Dede does not give him his desired reaction, he begins to spiral. He begins to crash out really bad. And his own crash out is always very bad. And you see him begin to put in a lot of work to convince us, the viewers, that Dede is a terrible person. Because that was exactly what he was doing. So he told Dede that, oh, because you did not mention my name, I had to cancel yours. In fact, he even went inside the head of house lounge to go and bring out his script and show Dede. And Dede was like, okay, that's fine, no problem. And the guy almost went mad. He was so upset. Like, Dede, you're so mean. You're so mean. You're so mean to me. Now, suddenly, we're back to square one. And we've made so much progress since Sunday. Now, we're back to square one. And Dede was like, I don't understand what you want me to do. I don't understand what you want me to say. Anyways, they parted ways because I think maybe their food was prepared or something, but somebody came to call them. They went back into the house, but Kola was still crashing out, calling her a mean girl, that she's so mean, that he doesn't like the way she treats him. I'm like, Kola. Just a few moments ago, people were playing tit for tat inside the arena. What do you mean by how she treats you? So you see, the whole thing was just really funny. But later on, Dede explained why she did what she did. They had gone back into the house, and then later on they came out again, and Kola was back for part 2 of his confrontation. And this time around, the energy, he was, no, Dede, I don't like it. You did this to me. You did this all the time. 1 minute, we're making progress in this relationship. The next minute, you go back. I'm like, Kola, Abi, Auntie Kola. Because right now, it doesn't look like it is an Uncle Kola that is in there nagging. You're nagging, bro. You're nagging. And it doesn't look cute. It doesn't look cute. So Kola was going on and on. Now, Dede had to stop him. I told him that, dude, we did not talk today at all. This is the first conversation we're having. So for me, I did not want to go onto that stage and make a fool of myself, because apparently they actually had a slight issue. Okay, that was the issue they had on Monday. Yesterday was Tuesday. It was the issue they had on Monday, where Kola felt like she was upset that he had accepted Zita's invitation as guest to stay in the head of house lounge. Remember, Kola was making a big deal out of that whole situation. So according to Dede, the whole day yesterday, Kola did not talk to her, and she too, she did not go to him. In fact, that confrontation was their first conversation yesterday. So, according to Dede, she did not want to make a fool of herself by going to that stage to go and call his name, and then Kola will now take out time to mention all his friends' names, because Kola has a lot of friends in the house. So she decided to just keep things the way they are, because she wasn't sure where they were standing at that point in time. And Kola was like, no, but you should have known. You should have mentioned my name. You should have mentioned my name. The guy was still going on and on. He was still upset, and he was calling her a mean girl. He said she's very mean. That now, the problem is she's giving him week 1 energy. You know, week 1 where she doesn't care about him, where she was nonchalant about his existence, that now she's giving him that vibe all over again. And Dede was like, well, why am I a mean girl? Okay, point out one reason why I'm a mean girl. Kola could not point out a reason. So the guy was just going on and on and on. And basically, ladies and gentlemen, you could sense that all what Kola was doing is what Kola normally does and what Kola has been doing this entire season. Painting Dede as a mean girl. Painting Dede as arrogant and proud and just plain vile and wicked to him. That was exactly what he was doing. But ladies and gentlemen, we know the fact of the matter. You ignored this girl the whole day. Accused her of being upset with you for XYZ, God knows what. No conversations in the morning, nothing. You completely avoided. Both of you were in the same house the whole day. You were having conversations with your different friends, but you completely ignored her. And then you told Zita in the advice lounge that you deliberately did what you did because it was aura for aura. And then you're coming to come and blame her for not mentioning your name as her paddy for life. Like, make it make sense. So guys, as much as I found the whole thing funny and entertaining, I wasn't swayed, because I knew that Kola was just basically gaslighting, you know, Dede, and also trying to gaslight us, the viewers. But we're not going to fall for it, are we? Because we know that that is his pattern. Now, Kola had that conversation with Dede. Then he went into the house and he was having the same conversation with Bright and Mide. And this guy was laughing because he was enjoying the whole drama. Remember, Kola had said it from the very first day of the season that he does not like a peaceful relationship. He likes a relationship where there's a lot of drama. That if there's too much peace in a day, he's the one that would instigate some drama. Nothing too toxic, but just something that would rile people up, so that at night when they go to bed, everything will be fire for fire. Everything will be very nice. I say, okay. So he was doing the same thing. And Mide, as usual, of course, was trying to fill in his head that, oh, Dede was very upset when he was talking about Imisi, that, oh, the whole thing was so messy. I'm like, Mide, why do you always do this? Like, you always sound like a pick-me. So she was trying to paint that image that, oh, Dede was really worried, that the whole thing was messy, that Dede was upset that he did not mention her name, but she was just trying to bottle it all up. You know, Dede does not show emotion. It was just so disgusting. I'm sorry to say, but it was disgusting. Now, she then went on to say that, okay, but Kola, you self now, you're so petty, you self. Why didn't you just go ahead and, you know, talk about her, mention her name, since you already wrote her name on your script? And Kola said, God forbid, that he doesn't want to make a fool of himself, that he is a petty king, that he will go all out to get his own pound of flesh. And that was exactly what he did to Dede in that arena. I said, bam. I mean, no qualms about it. If it's tit for tat, as we all clearly saw, great. But not you going all out of your way to make it seem like This girl literally crucified you in front of the whole world when you also did the same thing, and you've been going around doing your media rounds as usual, beating your chest and giving yourself a pat on the back, telling people that you deliberately did what you did. Like, dude, grow up. But anyways, we know that it's all for the game, and that is Kola's own way of buying longevity in the house. That is his own way of sparking conversations. That is his own way of trending on the outside. And I kid you not, he was doing a fantastic job at it. Anyways, let me know what you think about that whole situation. All right. And moving on to other conversations in the house last night. Anyways, next gist in the house is Dede and Mide are planning a bikini party in the house. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be explosive. Yes. They've got different activities all planned out. According to Dede, they're going to have like a runway fashion show. Yeah, the girls are supposed to dress to kill. And then they're going to have bikini session where the girls are going to wear their bikinis, the hottest bikinis that they have. And then aside that, the guys will have to pay for lap dances if they wanted lap dances. Yes. And they were negotiating with food or any other thing that they have in the house. So I think they said that, is it gate fee or participation fee is 5 eggs and 1 sardine. Which is quite funny because I'm thinking, okay, who is going to be collecting all this money? These girls are trying to build a business empire in Big Brother's house. It's nice anyways. I would love to see that. But you see, the guys are quite stingy. A lot of them are saying, 5 eggs. 5 eggs is a lot now. Hey. So I'm like, okay, we shall see. Now, I also love the fact that Dede had gone ahead to invite Imisi and told her to please extend the invitation to Sultana and Isabella. Yeah. And Imisi said, okay. But speaking of Imisi, Imisi, Sultana, and Isabella, they were busy hatching up a plan last night. Another plan, as a matter of fact, to steal things from everybody in the house. Yep. They were going to steal things from everybody in the house. They were going to raid people's closet and they were going to steal things. I think it's going to include Faith. In fact, everybody. Yeah. And then Isabella was saying that, she hopes Big Brother is not going to tell them to return it back. And Imisi and Sultana told her not to worry, that Big Brother is not going to be bothered. That does she know how many things has happened in this house that Big Brother turned a blind eye to? That she should not worry. Nothing they happen. I say, now we're talking. Because even the housemates themselves know that Big Brother is not doing his job. Big Brother is allowing them to do the most. So they know. Which once again reminds me of that Sultana pin in Dede's box. That she deliberately did what she did. I'll continue saying it till it erases from my memory. But that is what it is. That is what it is. And these people, oh my God, the way they were hatching up this plan, it was so vile. Like, I'm sorry, but they were acting like witches in a coven. Like, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And we know that Isabella is quite pained because Coin did not give her any reference during his Aquafina task presentation. We know. So these girls, they're about to burn down Big Brother's house. So they said that we're going to do it today or probably after the pool party, or is it Friday night? But they said they're going to do it. So all eyes on these girls. I want to see how far they can go. Because currently, Faith has been sleeping on the orange couch, on the orange bed in the dressing area. That's where he has been sleeping since last week. Yes, and Imisi was bragging that, he was sleeping there, that she went ahead and stole his slippers. So I want to see how much more they are going to take from Faith. And I want to see what Faith will do in retaliation, because it means that the rest of this week is going to be really, really hot. Yeah. And I cannot wait to see what happens afterwards. Finally, for the major conversations that happened last night, Joanna had inquired from Faith what exactly had happened between himself and Sultana. And Faith had taken out time to explain everything in details. But unfortunately, the cameras did not linger for long. The cameras did not allow us to listen to all of their conversation, right? And yeah, that is that. So ladies and gentlemen, that is all for this video. If there's anything else, I will share on another video. But in the meantime, go ahead, share your thoughts in the comment section below about all I have shared here. And I'll see you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye.